Hey everyone, Melly Mel here from Sincerely Creative Mom. Y'all, today we are going to make a Christmas bow. This can hang on your garage lights, your anywhere, your lanterns, your Christmas tree, your all over the place. You can put it on a wreath. This bow is going to be very unique because we have two ribbons here that go that are directional. Okay, they're one directional. This ribbon says Merry Christmas, and clearly it goes this way. It doesn't go upside down. So when you pull your tails on your bow, you want them both to be facing you. I'm going to show you how you can do that. Okay, so that's this one, which is a 4.5 inch. This one is a 2-directional. We have the heads going one way, the feet going another way, and the heads going another way. So that one's okay. And then the deer, also, you can see that is a 1-directional ribbon as well. So I'm going to show you how you can put these 1-directional ribbons in your bow, but you can still see them and you're not looking at the reindeer upside down. Okay, that's our plan. Let's get started. Again, this is Melly Mel from Sincerely Creative Mom, and we are going to make a big Christmas bow. Okay, so I'm going to start with that 4.5 inch ribbon. Okay, it's going to be pretty big, you guys. I plan to put this on my lights and my lanterns. So I'm going to want my lights on the front door. I'm going to start with an 18-inch tail, okay? But because it's 1-directional, I'm just going to start with one pinch, and I'm going to cut it. I know that sounds funny. I'm going to cut it first. I'm going to cut that one so that I have my first tail, okay? Or I have a tail. I'm going to cut this again, okay? Now, I'm going to start with an 18-inch tail again. Okay, my 18-inch tail. Right? Now I'm going to start with a loop. My first loop is going to be about 6 inches. Let's get that back up here. My first loop is going to be about 6 inches. Y'all, if you are brand spanking new to my page, I would love it if you would like or heart this video, and I can quickly and easily invite you to like the page after the video is over. Okay, I'm going to pinch. Now, this is clearly a one-sided ribbon. I can see the pretty side, and underneath that ribbon is not the pretty side, okay? This is not the pretty side. So I always want to be twisting so that I can always see the pretty side on the top side of my bow, okay? So I'm going to pull that apart a little bit. I'm going to twist so I can see the pretty side. I'm going to make a loop. Okay, I'm going to look to make sure that they're about the same, and they are. And then I'm going to pinch real stinking tight. Now, here's why I cut this off. So if I pinch here, okay, so to make my other loop, and if I pull that down, look, I'm looking at the Merry Christmas on this side upside down, and the Merry Christmas on this side right side up. I don't want to see it upside down. It looks silly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut that off. Simple as that. And then I'm going to take my other tail that we pre-cut. I'm going to gather that right on the top like I had it. I'm going to put it right on the top. Okay? Just like that. So when I pull these down to go one direction, the Merry Christmas signs are going to look at me going the same way. Okay, I'm going to tie that off with a pipe cleaner just for a couple of moments while we get our next layer ready. But I just wanted to point out, this is what I mean. Now when I pull that ribbon down, okay, now I'm looking at two beautiful loops, and both tails are saying Merry Christmas straight to me. Perfect, okay? So it's okay to take one side off, one loop off, and then put it in there separately, making sure your center stays nice and tight, so that when you're kind of pulling on that to bring those ribbons down to the bottom, it stays nice and tight. Okay, so the next one we're going to do this really cute elf. Lots of fun things going on in this bow. I'm going to go also with an 18-inch tail. Now our first loop was about 6 inches. This is going to be less than 6. It's going to be probably about 5 3/4. Okay. So we went one loop on the 4.5 inch on each side. This is going to go 2 loops on each side. So I'm going to loop it, twist so I can see the pretty side. Loop it again. So this is my first loop on the other side. Kind of measuring, making sure that that's about the same. And I'm going to pinch. Nice and tight back there. Twist so I can see the pretty side. Twist it. Okay. Loop it. Measure it. Pinch. There we go. Twist. One more loop. Okay. Loop. And then I'm going to pinch one more time. So pinch it. And then we're going to twist one last time so we have the tail on the other side. Okay. And then I'm going to cut that other tail off. Cut it nice and long. All right. Then I'm going to marry these two together. So I'm going to hold onto that nice and tight. And I'm going to take that pipe cleaner off. Okay. I'm going to add this to the top. I'm going to pull that tail over here so it's not in my way. Add that to the top. And then I'm going to add my pipe cleaner right back on so I can keep that center nice and tight and so that my hands don't cramp up. Now, if you're brand spanking new, I would love to invite you to like my page. You can do that, and I can do that if you quickly give me a thumbs up or a heart. I can invite you right after the page, right after the live is over. Excuse me, right after the video is over. All right, the next one, I'm going to do a 1.5 inch. So I went with a lighter white pattern on the bottom. Then I came in with a darker green. So I'm going to keep with the darker green in the center. Okay, so this is going to be another 18 inches. So we did a 6-inch loop, then about a 5.5 inch loop. This is going to be about a 5.25 inch loop. Okay, and I'm going to do one. So we did one loop on each side with the 4.5 inch, 2 loops with the elf. We're going to do one loop with the green. This is a beautiful ribbon. Not only does it have the glitter stripes, but those edges, can you see that? Those edges are like snowball, snowdrift. They're so pretty. So, so pretty. Okay. And then I'm going to cut. Now I'm going to take one more time. I'm going to take that pipe cleaner off. I'm going to hold the ribbons in my left hand real tight. Add this to the top, right on top. Real stinking tight. I'm keeping that center real tight so that remember that loose tail, I want to make sure that doesn't lose its spot. Okay, and I want to make sure it stays right where it's supposed to. Okay. All right. I'm going to hold on to that. Now I'm going to come in with that one directional reindeer. Okay, now this one is this way. So I can't just cut it off. I can't start off with my tail because if I started off with my tail, it would be upside down. No matter which way a side of the bow that I put it on, it would be upside down. Okay, so I'm going to start with my loop. Okay, I'm going to start with my loop. So I'm going to keep a pinch. I keep about an inch on this side. Okay, keep about an inch on this side. I'm going to loop it. Now I had a 6-inch loop. I had a 5.75 inch, 5.5 inch loop. I had a 5.25 inch loop. Let's do a 5-inch loop. Let's make it closer to 5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to start with my loop. Now there's a trick to this one, and it's really, really easy. Okay, so I'm going to pinch, and then I'm going to pull this apart just like I normally would. Okay, I'm going to twist just like I normally would. Look at the pretty side. Loop. Okay, measure, make sure those are about the same. Okay, pinch, right, twist, loop. Everything's the same so far. I just started with my loop. Okay, pinch, twist, loop. Okay, and then I'm going to pinch. I'm not going to twist. Okay, I'm not going to twist, but watch what I am going to do. I'm going to take this whole thing and flip it over. Okay, So right now, okay, let's go back. Right now, if I fanned out that bow, look at those deers would be upside down to me. They would be upside down, like going upside down into the bow, okay? So if I just flip it over, okay, if I flip it over, now my tail is going to be going the right way. I'll cut that off kind of extra long just so that we can get rid of it. My tail's going to be going the right way. My reindeer are going to be going the right way into the center, okay? Into the center of the bow. And then we need one more tail. So I'm going to take that top and I'm going to push it right in here, right on the top. A little bit here. That excess we can cut off. I'm not worried about it. We can cut it off in the end, at the end. Okay. So I just added the extra tail on the top. We flipped it over so that everything was going the right direction. Okay, well, those are extra long. We'll cut them off at the end. Okay, now everything's facing the right way. I'm going to be mindful of which way these are going. Okay, actually it doesn't matter because they're all going to go the same way to whether if I bring it down. So I'm going to take that pipe cleaner off one more time. Hold the center of that bow nice and tight. Add this right to the top. Add that pipe cleaner on. Don't let go. Okay. I know this looks like a disaster mess. You'll see at the end how we're going to fluff it all out. It's going to be beautiful and perfect. Nice big bow. Okay. And we're just doing it. Look, we're just doing it layer by layer. Okay, layer by layer. So if you're still watching all the way here, so this ribbon came from Sam's Club, if you'll believe it or not, 18 inches. And this is just going to be my center loop. So I'm just going to do a real tiny, like about a 3.5 inch loop. So this polka dot ribbon came from Sam's Club. The reindeer ribbon actually came from Sam's Club also, if you'll believe it or not. I think it was last year though. Okay. The rest of the ribbon came from CoachMelSupplies.com. That is my affiliate link to get to my supplier. Okay, so it's not going to be, the website isn't going to be Coach Mel Supplies. You'll see it's going to be my supplier. Okay, I'm going to add that right to the top, keeping that center nice and tight. Okay, so I'm going to add this one more time. Nice and tight. Crisscross, twist. Make sure that center is nice and tight down there. Now, for where I want to put this, I'm going to put it on my garage lights. So I need a longer pipe cleaner than this. I'm just going to take 2 pipe cleaners. I'm going to marry them together. Okay? I'm going to marry them together so that there'll be one long pipe cleaner. And then one last time, I'm going to take the other pipe cleaner off. Hold it tight in my hands, just like I have been. Hold it tight in my hands. Okay, and add this right to the top. Now, I have super bad carpal tunnel, so this is why I do my bows this way. This trusty little tool next to me that I know most of you may or may not have, I don't know actually, it is a bow maker. It can, instead of putting your ribbon on the pipe cleaner each and every time, you can easily put them right down in the center here, and it can hold every layer. It's a great tool. It's an easy bow maker. You can also get that at CoachMelSupplies.com. So while I have the bow in this format, I am going to go ahead and cut the ends. I'm just folding the ribbon. I'm cutting on the fold up to the corner, okay? So it's going to make this cute little dovetail end. And I'm going to do that to every ribbon because sure enough, when I get it inside or when I pull it all out, I always forget one. And so I found that it was easier to do it this way. Okay, we're going to do both sides. I already did that one. Cut on the fold out towards the edge. This one is extra long. I think we're going to cut this one shorter. Okay. All right, let's get rid of all of these so y'all can see. Okay, so I'm going to hold it nice and tight in the center. I'm going to keep my thumb on the top, and my bottom fingers are going to hold the whole thing so that I'm keeping pressure on that center, okay? Now I'm just going to real simple pull all of the tails down to one side. Pull all of the tails down to one side, making sure that real tight up here, it's coming down. Now you guys, I went real slow on this video on purpose so that the folks who have never made a bow before can easily follow along. I appreciate kind comments. Kind comments. Okay. Pulling this down. Each layer. So I'm not skipping a layer. I went right with the 4-inch first, then the 2.5-inch, then the first 1.5-inch that we had. Now I'm looking for those reindeer to make sure they come down, and you're looking at them nice, perfect. And then of course the polka dot to tie it all off. This is just a fun bow. Let's see if we have anyone out of control down here. We do. So let's cut those off. Okay, we got that out of the way. Now I'm just going to fluff the bow, okay? So right now it's all stacked. And if I did my job right, I did the right number of loops per layer. So this is why we did what we did. Let me zoom you in here so you can really see us. Okay, so we have that nice 4-inch here. I'm going to take that first 2.5-inch, and I'm going to crisscross it on either side of that 4-inch. So now you can see the elf and that real cute stocking ribbon. And then the next layer goes right in the center of the two elves. Okay, so we're layering. And then those cute little reindeer are going to kind of go right on top of the elves. And then the polka dot goes right in the center. Okay, then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. 4-inch goes right straight. That doesn't move. Those elves go on top and on bottom of that 4-inch. That really striped, glittery with the snowflake goes in the middle. Your reindeer goes side to side. Now look, that was a little longer than I wanted it to. So let's go ahead and cut that off. Right down there at the bottom. And that center loop will cover it. And then you have a real pretty Christmas bow using just a scissors and some pipe cleaners. Remember, we have a 4-inch, a 2.5-inch, and 3 1.5-inch. You guys, thanks for watching this whole video. Again, it's Melly Mel from Sincerely Creative Mom. I would love for you to follow us and all of our creative bows, our wreaths and garlands and all the things. It's Sincerely Creative Mom here on Facebook. SincerelyCreativeMom.com is my website. You guys, thanks for watching. Enjoy your day.